All right, folks, you got to see this because it's incredibly important. Donald Trump just got caught on a hot mic admitting to something regarding Vladimir Putin that he has never said publicly and probably never will. This moment occurred before all of the European leaders sat down at a table in the White House to further discuss the Russia-Ukraine war, and the mic was on. Donald Trump did not know, and he just said it out loud. So I want to play this clip for you and dive into the story. But first and foremost, I want to give you an overview of the meeting that Donald Trump has had with Zelensky and other European leaders today. Earlier, Trump sat down with Zelensky in the Oval Office. They both answered questions. Zelensky was great. He talked about a lot of different things. Donald Trump, on the other hand, went on multiple different rants about conspiracies, his own grievances, things of that nature. Like this one, for example, when he was talking about getting rid of mail-in ballots in the United States for some reason. Reminder, he was there to talk about ending a war. And he's talking about mail-in ballots, something that's completely irrelevant to the conversation. So let's take a look at this clip, and you'll get a understanding of just how disastrous this day has gone for Donald Trump as he lets his own impulses take over.
Real quickly, you pushed out on social media.
Brian, go first.
You pushed out on social media about doing away with mail-in ballots and potentially electronic voting machines. Can you expand on that and how important
Well,
that is?
that's a very off-topic, just really quickly. Mail-in ballots are corrupt. Mail-in ballots, you can never have a real democracy with mail-in ballots.
What?
And we, as a Republican Party, are going to do everything possible that we get rid of mail-in ballots. We're going to start with an executive order that's being written right now by the best lawyers in the country to end mail-in ballots because they're corrupt. And you know that we're the only country in the world, I believe, I may be wrong, but just about the only country in the world that uses them. Because of what's happened, massive fraud all over the place. The other thing we want change are the machines. For all of the money they spend, it's approximately 10 times more expensive than paper ballots. And paper ballots are very sophisticated with the watermark paper and everything else. We would get secure elections. We'd get much faster results. The machines, I mean, they say we're going to have the results in 2 weeks. With paper ballots, you have the results that night.
I mean, we're just going to stop it right there, cut the clip just a few seconds early because it is so difficult to listen to this man speak when he knows absolutely nothing about the topic of which he's discussing. There are many countries out there that use mail-in ballots in some capacity. Ireland, Germany, the United States, among many others out there. There is a huge list of countries that do because it's a perfectly secure form of voting. And it's just interesting that Donald Trump takes this position because prior to the 2024 election, he was telling his voters, his base, to embrace it because he realizes that if you don't, you're going to lose. And now, and then of course, previously, Donald Trump has also voted using mail-in ballots. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us. So he just went on this tangent, and even he himself said, what an off-topic question. He didn't have to engage. Instead, as I mentioned, he let his impulses take over and just went on one of his conspiracy theory-filled rants, and it didn't stop there. It just got worse. He then went on to attack the media for no reason. The coverage of his Putin meeting that he had in Alaska recently, I guess, has not been up to his liking, his standard, and so he decided to go after the media as well. Take a look.
It's very sad when you do the right thing. As an example, they said, because of the fact that Vladimir Putin came to American soil, this was a tremendous defeat for Donald Trump. No, it was really wonderful that he did it. It was a hard thing for him to do, to be honest with you. It was the opposite of what they said, but they said it. Now, if he didn't come, they'd say that was also bad for Trump. You know, there's no way.
Yeah, continuing his random attacks on the media. If Vladimir Putin didn't come to the United States, nobody would have been upset that he didn't come to the United States. We would be very happy that that didn't happen. What Donald Trump did with his Putin experiment, having Putin come to the United States, is legitimize him. That's all Putin wants. He wanted the photo on American soil. He wanted the photo next to Donald Trump, and that's exactly what he got. Even Fox News admitted to that reality. So this attack on the media that, oh, they're upset because Putin came to the United States, damn right. This is a war war criminal standing on our soil who had the red carpet rolled out for him because of Trump. And it didn't stop there. It continued to get worse. I want to wrap this up really briefly before we get into that hot mic clip. But he also seemed to flirt with the idea of getting into a war so we don't have elections in the United States. He said to Zelensky, who, of course, is in the middle of a war, so you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good. I wonder what the fake news would say. He's clearly flirting with the idea, as Donald Trump has with his discussions of running for a third term and Trump 2028 and all that nonsense. And then later, they all had a group photo, because what would Donald Trump do without taking a photo for a photo op so he can post it on Truth Social for all of his followers to see? These are all the European leaders and whatnot. But now, without further ado, I want to get into this hot mic clip. And it's a little low. I'm going to boost the audio, hopefully, in the editing, so it's easier for you to hear. But I'll have a transcript after, and we can take a read of it as well. Just take a look.
Great. Thank you for being on.
To set up a trilateral, you know. So
And where do you want to
I think he wants to make it. I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand? As crazy as it sounds. Just sit down. Sit down, everybody.
Okay.
Yes, so
Waiting for the
hopefully you caught that, but here's what he said regardless in a written form, saying on a hot mic regarding Putin, I think he wants to make a deal for me. Do you understand? As crazy as it sounds. He's saying that he believes Putin, murderous dictator, who of course he has this strange affinity for, wants to make a deal not because of peace, not because it makes the world better, but because he wants to help out Donald Trump. This kind of weird connection that Trump and Putin have had for a very long time seems to be on full display here, because it seems like Putin is only engaging in these conversations for a couple of different reasons, but partially maybe to help out Donald Trump, to give him good press, to give him what he wants, which I guess is a Nobel Peace Prize. But it seems like Putin is trying to give Donald Trump an assist. And regardless of what Donald Trump said here, I find it hard to believe that Putin even wants a deal. So maybe Trump believes he's trying to be flattered by Putin or some weird thing about their friendship. But I find it hard to believe that the murderous dictator actually wants a deal, given the fact that hours before this White House meeting, hours before Zelensky went to the White House, Vladimir Putin and the Russian military sent attacks into Ukraine that killed 14 people. 14 people, men, women, and children. And this has been a continuation of the war from Vladimir Putin. There's no signs of slowing down. Putin hasn't done anything that makes us believe that, well, maybe he's backing off. Maybe he actually does want peace. No, it's been the complete opposite. He's continuing his attacks in Ukraine, and Donald Trump is sitting here like a total idiot saying, oh, I think he wants a deal for me. I think he wants to flatter me. I think he's trying to give me a bone and help me out with the mean media that just keeps talking about me. It is so crazy that this is what the president of the United States is saying behind the scenes, almost admitting to this like relationship that he has with Putin subtly, but nonetheless very loudly on this hot mic, but crazy. And so, look, this meeting is still going on at the time of filming this. I will keep you updated if anything major happens from it. I will leave the video there. I just had to talk about this hot mic. It is crazy. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about the story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.